So tonight we are talking with Democratic congressional candidate Amanda Hollowell for the second time. Love her. As she heads into the runoff elections for Georgia's first congressional district. But this isn't going to be the night where we talk about campaign slogans and political talking points. We've heard all of that. We're over that. Straight talk. Here we go. So we are talking about the issues people in coastal Georgia deal with every single day when it comes to housing affordability, healthcare access, growth and development, data centers, boo, infrastructure, property rights, and whether people making the decisions are actually listening to the communities they impact. We know who you are. So whether you're a Democrat, a Republican, independent, or just someone trying to figure out, make sense of what's happening right now around us, this conversation's for you.
Welcome back to this episode of The Market Sip. My name is Patrick Donovan from eXp Realty, part of the Johnson Group, and I'm joined by my co-host Brandon Giebler from Next Move Realty. What's up, buddy? How you doing today, dude?
I'm doing fantastic. It was a wonderful day. I took the dogs on a walk. It was nice. It was hot. I sweated a little bit. So I'm feeling good about my calorie count.
Well, that's good. And of course, our show is about connecting you to the decision makers. Guys, listen, here's the thing. All the things he just read off, from growth and development, Pooler, Port Wentworth, Richmond Hill. Like, come on, guys, we know, right? And she represents all of them. So please bring your questions to the chat. And of course, if you're watching, I appreciate you coming. We got Josh on here. Thank you so much, buddy. Love to see you on. But come on, guys, this show is for you guys. This is about you guys. We have questions, but we'd rather ask yours. So thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. But before we do, we bring Amanda on, okay? I want to talk about something that's going on in Port Wentworth. We just talked about ad nauseum about the data centers, okay? We got the petition going. Just a quick update. We're up to 284. Picked up 4 signatures today while door knocking and sweating my face off in Rice Creek. But hey, guys, listen. Everybody thinks it's going to be a bam, bam, thank you, ma'am kind of situation, bro. It's not going to be. This is going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. And the city council knows that, right? So we have got to do our part. And so what we're trying to do is June 10th on Wednesday, 6 p.m., we are going to be meeting at where the Stand for America or Stand Up for America Day was at 317 Cantyre Street. We're going to be organizing everybody together. So if you signed the petition and you said, hey, I want to be involved, this is your time to come. We need you there. We got to make, door knocking captains for each neighborhood. I'm part of the Rice Creek, but I mean, as soon as we can get someone from Rice Creek, they can take my spot and go back to Rice Hope or do your neighborhoods. We're getting the old Port Wentworth together with new Port Wentworth. Shannon O'Barry is on board with us, so we're bringing everything. The former mayor's getting involved too. I don't know if you know Gary Norton. He is actually coming. We got Jeff Beauvais. He's coming. We got Savannah Morning News coming. We invited WTOC. I don't know who all the news outlets are coming, but we got to show up for this. Not only that, but then we got to show up for the city council meetings, which, is a big deal. Okay, guys, because we got to show them they're serious. Like, they're like, oh, 284? Whatever. Brandon, are you scared about 284 people at a city of 18,000 people?
I mean, no, but you have to think about it. Like, a data center affects a 30-mile radius. So at least think about the people. I mean, it goes all the way out to Tybee Island. So even if you don't care about it, you don't think about it, whatever, it's going in your backyard, so you might want to sign it. So like you're giving back to the people if you sign.
Listen, just come on out. We'd love to have you come on by. All right. So we're going to be setting up tables for you to sign the petition and all that kind of stuff. We need Facebook people. I'm not good at Facebook. Like, someone's like, hey, you need to approve my post. I'm like, I don't even understand what you mean by that. Like, oh, you're the admin. I'm like, I don't understand what you mean by that either. So I'm out here flapping. So we need help. Okay. So please come by June 10th at 6 p.m. at 317 Cantyre Street. Okay. So I got that out of the way. So Brandon, let's read what the comments says. Who's in the comments right now? Who's on right now?
We have Joshua. He said hello. Hello, Joshua. Thank you
Hey,
for.
Josh.
And then we have the hell you say.
The
At the
what?
hell you say. He said,
The,
ask the indigenous people about the American dream. Nightmares are dreams, after all.
oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's
Uh,
not, that's not good.
Yikes. Hey, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming on. But here's what. So before we get Amanda on, I want to do this poll. Now, this is for the young people, right? So the young people out there. Actually, if you're an older person like me, my son's 19 now,
It's like, what's
right?
young? What's young?
25, dude. 25.
Okay.
That's young. You're not 25. But let's do this poll. All right, here we go. So I'm going to show the poll. Started right here. So what is the biggest thing holding young people back right now? You got to think about this, right? Is it going to be whole housing costs? Because right now, when they get out of college, are they going to be, there's going to be awesome jobs? No, I don't know. Student debt, low wages, cost of living. I was thinking cost of living. Did you put cost of living, Brandon?
I voted cost of living. No shit.
I'm
Housing
number.
costs. You're talking about 25-year-olds. What 25-year-olds are buying houses right now?
Well, I know, but I mean, it's just that's the thing. So put it in the chat. What do you guys think it is? Housing costs, student debt, low wages, cost of living. All of it's hard out there right now. I mean,
it's hard
especially with these gas prices just freaking blowing up. Now, I did see a post. It was $5 something like a few years ago, right? But then now, we're getting creeping back up, right? And I heard somebody in the comments go, "Oh, were you complaining when it was $5 a gallon?" I'm like, yeah. And I'm complaining now. And
where are you from?
Brian, what I'm sick of is this. People are trying to divide each other. Like, oh, you were complaining about it before? No. Like, guys, the same people that are stealing from you are stealing. If they're stealing from Republicans, they're also stealing from Democrats, right?
They're stealing from everybody.
These guys don't care, right?
But
that's kind of the reason why we got Amanda Hollowell coming on to talk on the Market Sip. So she's traveling back from a meeting. We're trying to give her some extra time. So if you guys hung in there with us, I really, really appreciate it. We're going to give you more time, but we're going to bring Amanda on. Amanda, I hope you are ready. We're going to bring her up in the chat. So, hey, Amanda, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for stalling. I mean, I've got 4 more minutes before I'm stationary, but I appreciate it.
I tried my best.
At least you're not driving. At least you're not driving.
I know, right?
That would be crazy.
Next time. Yeah. But
so,
I heard
Amanda,
you guys about the cost of living. Did you guys get a survey, or are you surveying the guests? Are you surveying the people in the comment?
Yeah, what's your thoughts too? So what's the biggest thing holding young people back right now? Is it housing costs, student debt, low wages, cost of living? What do you think?
I think it's just lack of opportunity right now. And that looks different, but like for most kids, I'm not getting a job that's going to actually for me to afford a house or even to rent an apartment. And I don't think they know how much life costs, health insurance, getting that on your own again. The utilities, these, coming out from dorm living or apartment shared living, and now realizing that you got to pay gas and water and electricity. So, I mean, they're getting hit hard with adulthood like anybody else, but they're getting hit harder because everything's extremely expensive right now. And so they're not getting the best of the dream, we'll say.
Right. I mean, they're getting the brunt of the blow. It's what it seems like to me.
You know how many videos I watched about the data centers, and everyone's like booing the data centers because it's taking the jobs of the kids that are graduating college now.
So you got college debt, but then the computers are taking away your job. How are you supposed to do anything about that, Amanda?
You really can't do anything about that. I mean, you hope that the federal government would actually, I think you would hope this like local governments, I'm going to start there, would understand the thing that they keep asking for this tax break actually hurts the community that they're trying to build, right? And so I think the challenge that's in front of us is like we've got half of these people that believe data centers are the best thing to save and keep our property taxes low, and then the other half of us are like data centers are awful, right? These things they don't make any sense. They're I don't think so much they're going to replace humans. I don't think that's possible, but like I do think corporations will use it as an excuse not to bring people on and find cheaper ways and more harmful ways to do their business that are probably less efficient. They just released a report that they found that AI is not profitable, and AI is actually not the best service that they can use for folks right now. And they're having all these issues with them. None of them are making profit off their little AI ventures, and it's all showing now. We've been in this like a full blown AI for like a year, and it's been trash.
Thank God.
Well, the thing is that, you know, they're betting on something they don't quite understand, right? They know that it's important, but they don't know how to make money, even though, you know, they're borrowing all this money. What happens when this thing collapses?
We put it right there.
Here, there's circle borrowing. So you got Google borrowing from Meta, or from Meta borrowing from AI, and it's the same circle of people. So if one falls, it's a house of cards.
That's a good show.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy fragile what they're trying to pull off, and it's really, I mean, you know what? They paid good money for this economy. They bought those first class seats to the presidency. They did all the things that they wanted to do. And now they're like, you know, what did I read? Peter Thiel is moving his family to Argentina because he doesn't like the way the country is going. He paid for half of this stuff.
Right. That's the thing I'm talking about. Like, these guys are not living here. They pop a damn data center in my backyard and they ain't living here.
They buy an island somewhere else.
Right. So they ain't feeling.
Or they can afford Argentina, because Argentina caters to rich folks who are trying to do tax evasion.
Anyway. So, man, the last time you joined us, you were one of several candidates competing for this seat. Today, you're in a runoff, and you're one step closer to representing more than 750,000 people in Georgia. So what have you learned from the voters over the last several months that surprised you the most?
Ooh. What did I learn the most? I think that, you know, everyone thinks they're alone. And they don't think they have the same problems as other people, and they actually do. And it doesn't matter what color you are, how old you are. We are all suffering at the same time right now, and folks really do feel alone right now, and they were really afraid of the future.
Yeah. How many people post their sufferings online instead of they're like, look at me, my life is great.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to post their suffering. They're going to post, I'm cute. Look at my makeup. I look good on the beach.
Hold on.
Okay. She's getting herself.
There you go.
There we go. Now we're in business. Okay, great.
Your hair looks fierce. Love it.
Thanks.
Love it, girl. So what is one of the biggest issues that people are bringing up to you most often on the campaign trail or at events that you're hosting?
I mean, it depends on the age group, but like the majority of the folks are just tired of the corruption. Like they're over it. They are like, man, we are watching. You know what really kicked people? So I'll say this. I have a few Trump neighbors. When the war started, half of them took down their flags.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, there's a line to be crossed. Okay. So that's interesting. And now that they're seeing him trying to build an arch that's going to cover Arlington, they saw the reflecting pool crap. The UFC thing is like,
oh my God, they destroyed the front yard. Destroyed it.
It's a disgrace.
No, I agree with you. I mean, like, you're talking about just I saw a documentary, the Declaration of, or the Constitution, excuse me. And I think I saw some of his footprints on the thing. It was supposed to be sealed, but I don't know how his footprints ended on there. But he's been trampling all over the damn Constitution the entire time he's been president. I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Yeah. You know, I was hearing, like, I saw a newscaster recently like start crying because she was like, my dad is buried there. My grandfather is buried there. And the whole point was we were supposed to see the hill and remember the fallen. And you're going to put an arch there, which is just insane. And then he's such a punk. Like, he lost the Kennedy Center naming.
Yeah.
This all costs us money, by the way, y'all. He's mad. And so he's making them put up a blue tarp so people can't watch them take his name off the building.
It's wild. It's wild. But enough about that guy, because we're trying to get him out. Hopefully, you guys. So of course, I'm sure that our conversation will go down this path again. So we'll have plenty of shots at this. But what's up, Brandon? Sorry.
I was like, we're not trying to get anyone out. We are just talking to people to let them know what we have to offer. We're not.
Do you guys have sponsors? Is that why you're talking that way?
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking to.
I'm trying to be positive and not negative.
I was like, are we being surveilled?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
We are. It's in all of your smart people surveilling you.
They probably are at this point. I mean, I am running for office, and this is what it takes, right?
We are.
Right.
We are.
Right. So you're in a runoff with Joyce Griggs, and we had Ann Ellen Westbrook on our program last week, and I want to show you what she said about the runoff.
Okay.
I don't know, jail.
What about the Amanda Hollowell who we're going to have on next week, or the Joyce Griggs runoff? Who you got on that one?
I'm supporting Amanda on that one. I've known Amanda for a number of years. She's got so much great experience in organizing. I mean, she's done budget work, she's done state level work, federal level work, voting. Like she's done work around healthcare. So I think she has a great resume of credentials. I also think, and this kind of leads back to where we kind of started with special session. This is a hard district to win because it is a partisan gerrymandered district. And so I think, she's the stronger of the two. I like both candidates personally, but I think, we've tried a lot of different candidates, and we've tried, Joyce Griggs's campaign a few times too. And I just think this is an opportunity this year with an open seat, with so much on the line, with so many Georgians suffering, so many Americans suffering, to make a change and get somebody with a great skill set for the job in there.
We had such a good conversation with her. It was amazing. And of course, she does support you. So for the voters who are now, or for the voters who are still deciding what's the biggest difference between you and your competitor, and why should Democratic voters choose you?
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand how the system works. I'm not talking from a guest experience. I'm talking from lived experience. I've done the pressure from the outside. I understand what it's going to take to move the mountains of disagreement. I've passed legislation and supported passing legislation under Republican led places, and I've also worked with Republicans on bills. And at the federal level, I've had to have those hard conversations with my own Democrat folks that I align with. And so I think more than anything, people think I'm young. I'm not that young looking. I'm young looking, but I'm not that young. I have the experience, and thank you. And I always tell folks what I built, unlike other candidates, is I built a multiracial intergenerational coalition, and I built it across these counties. And I've got from staff members who are 19, volunteers who are 86. We've got sign waivers. We've got everyone from every walk of life as part of this campaign. We did a meet and greet this weekend, and this woman showed up and she said, I voted for Pat. I used to be a Republican, but I want to learn about you. And she left and she was like, I'm just so excited. You just gave me hope again. And so what I have proved with my campaign is I can talk to everyone. We're talking about farmers. We're talking about veterans. We're talking about, mothers and, fathers. We're talking about hardworking people. And we're even talking about people who are doing well for themselves, because it's also the conversation of like not saying we hate you because you're not the rich that you think you are. You're not ultra billionaires.
We're not going after either the upper or the lower upper class.
The 1%. The 1%. Then I haven't. The 1%'s not kicking it in Savannah.
No.
And so I think that's the biggest difference. And let me tell you something. I'm a first-time candidate. It was a Royal Rumble of 8, and I took second. Right, like off the bat. So, yeah, and like Joyce has been running for Congress for 30 years, and so she has name recognition that we don't even know about. Like voters, only know Joyce Griggs, who are born under 20 years old, right? And so I think the thing is that we haven't given people the other opportunity to see what a different candidate looks like. And also, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I wouldn't have run if I didn't think we could flip it.
All right. Good answer.
I knew I wanted to bring an umbrella, but I was like, it's a bad luck. I was like, I knew there was going to be a moment. I knew there was going to be a good moment. So the comments are, stop talking about me, people. It's not about me. So Jennifer said he's costing us millions with these BS lawsuits.
Oh, well.
I don't want to be censored. And
yeah,
it's disgusting.
I mean, they don't have.
It's not good. And then Megan asked you, so what do you believe voters responded to the most in your campaign?
A lot of people said they liked the way that I break things down, which was, you know, I don't take complex issues. I just talk to you and relate them to you. So I was explaining to folks about gas isn't just, I always say it's not just gas, y'all. Like, raspberries are the most expensive fruit to transport because you have to keep them refrigerated. And the price of raspberries will spike the longer we're in an Iran war because of the simple fact that they're very expensive to transport. You got to have them air conditioned. They got to be in diesel control. And so, you know, like that price is going to go on to to us as consumers, right? And who knew a war in Iran would impact our raspberries here if you eat them? I don't even eat them. A war in Iran hurts farmers, learning that fertilizer, the majority of the fertilizer comes from Iran, right? Like now they're paying out, you know, astronomical prices for fertilizer, and they're worried about crops dying. They're worried about, you know, like how are we going to make it? How we're going to keep this business alive? Paying this type of money for a product that we essentially have to have. So guess who's going to get that cost? We are. But
guess we won't have no raspberries this month.
it's a very let them eat cake moment. I mean, like, you know, hearing folks talk about like my friend, she didn't realize what was happening. Then I explained it to her. She was like, oh my God. And I was on a call and I said, your prescription cost has gone up. And she said, you know what? It has. And I said, oh, tell me how you found out. She was, when I showed up at the pharmacy and it was usually 15 and now it's 45. And I said, you see how they did that? They didn't even tell you. They gave you no warning.
Amanda, here's the worst part about this.
Thanks for waiting in line.
Everything went well and they put everything back to the way it was in the Strait of Hormuz and all that stuff, right? These prices, they're not going to let it come back down. They're just going to keep it where it's at and say, screw you.
Yeah. I mean, they're making so much money off of us. Like, so much money. Shareholders, I don't even think shareholders are getting what the top of the corporations are getting from their bonuses, from how they're performing, from the fact that they're figuring out how to keep the bottom line tight and how to bring in more profit. You know, I mean, it's, you know, we talked about the American dream, which is like, get the good job, go get a job with pension, go get this stuff. That thing that doesn't even exist anymore.
Don't exist anymore. Don't even
offer pensions. Mm-mm. And now they're going after our retirement. Like, so you know why they're going after our retirement? Because they couldn't go after our Social Security.
These guys.
So, because they couldn't figure out how to like lie to the government and try to steal our Social Security. And so now they're going to go after our 401ks, and that our money is supposed to prop up SpaceX or whatever stupid.
Right.
Space
you didn't hear about that, Brandon?
The spaceship that blows up every so often, even though it's billions and billions of dollars.
Yes, the thing that's like ruining the border of like the waterways of Texas. Those folks in that small town. Yeah, they're trying to make it mandatory, working with like the NASDAQ and those folks in Wall Street, that our 401k, they would be part of the package that we invest in our 401k.
Unbelievable.
Now,
Brendan, is there any more comments?
But it makes sense. It's like they got a taste of what it feels like, and it was like, we can make some money right here. So why not we just keep it that way?
Also, like Musk is like a succubus. Like he milks all his wealth the majority of his wealth comes from us taxpayers, because he loves a government contract. And he was making $8 million a day when Doge was in business.
Can I get some? He needs a sugar baby, I'm sure. And here,
He's a sugar baby off our tax dollars. He's on our teat.
Well, I mean, going along with that, Brandon, there's the Facebook stuff, right? That we got comments from the Facebook, right?
yeah. In the comments, Megan says she loves raspberries though, and she's broke. I'm broke just hearing about it. It doesn't exist anymore. Megan said they tried Social Security first, so that's good. But we did. We posted a post on the Facebook, and we asked if you could change one thing about the country. That's a big reach. Georgia, or our community tomorrow. What would it be?
This was the responses.
Well, someone is just throwing his life away.
Someone is
That guy
big.
needs a hug. We need to find that guy and hug that guy.
Someone is big mad and needs a hug.
Yeah.
So someone said, "Who the cares anymore?" That's really sad. And then Congress is doing absolutely nothing to stop the wild misuse and abuse of power. I have totally given up on them and mutual respect for all. So for you, Amanda, thinking about this and seeing these comments, like, what is that? Like, how does that make you feel running for office?
It makes me feel sad, but it also makes me aware of how much power people don't realize they have. And the fact that you guys are putting a petition up for a data center to bring folks to the table to say, like, listen, this is not how this is going to go. And you're knocking doors, which you guys are doing deep organizing. So you will be able to run for office. You will be able to give people hope because that's what people want. I just wish we understood the power we carried in this moment. Like even when I was at this neighborhood association meeting, all you had to do was raise your hand and say, this is what I want to fix. And that lawmaker was like, what? So this person was like, oh, I need to talk to you about asphalts because whatever you're using doesn't work. And the elected leader said, oh, we're not using the new machine because the new machine is supposed to prevent that. No, you're not. Well, let me call them. Let me tell them that you know what I mean? It was just that simple because you know why? Because they showed up. And I always tell my friends who are not in this space with me, I say, listen, what you don't realize is 30% of this country controls your life. And it's because they show up and they vote and you should feel ashamed. Because the rules that we have are by the small few who decide to show up. And I wish more of us would just start showing up.
That is totally accurate. And I agree. I totally agree with you. Obviously, I've been crying out. I'm hoping people come. But it comes out to, I get 284 signatures. You know, we've been doing this for over a month and a half. And we're trying to be dutiful and get the people that live in Port Wentworth. So we're not just trying to just crowd surf signatures. You know what I'm saying?
So don't,
but it's a lot more.
Don't try Pooler. You're not allowed.
But I mean, I try, that's, getting people to the table. It's what we're trying to do. And I think we can win any battle, especially when you talk about small cities like this, like we just need to get enough people to stand up. And I don't think it takes all 18,000. I think a couple thousand, we can swing this whole thing.
I think 1,000 you can swing it because they've never seen it before.
Right. And we're going to do it. So watch out. Yeah. So I want to go on to the next question. I'd watched your TEDx talk from 8 years ago. Don't let the baby die. So, and you talk about focus, and we want to talk about how that led to the campaign, but I want to show your clip real quick. And if you haven't seen this TEDx, it's in my description down below in the YouTube. So here we go.
Love a good TEDx.
In order to focus, we must find perspective. By finding perspective, we're able to see the positive and the negative and the strength we did not know we had. Focusing on keeping my son alive helped me to be a parent. Focusing on getting out of town, away from the pain, got me to college. Focusing on being strong for my family helped me to bury my niece for her final appearance. When we focus, we make the complex simple. We find out what is most important, and we don't let the baby die.
What an incredible speech you had there. But with all that being said, I know runoffs can and all the election stuff can be very difficult. So, in this runoff, with all the noise, the pressure, and everything coming at you, what is the one thing you focus on right now, and how does that focus carry you to the finish line?
That I sorry. It's not even just about winning. I want to give people hope that really good people still care in this world. And I know I get to go back to my job and still do advocacy, but I was even telling my job that I want to do more work in my district if I win or lose. And I need to figure out how to bring my skill set home more. I said, because there's a lot of people who need help. And so I am focusing on the end game, which is to have a platform of integrity, to live the life that I've always said I've wanted to live, but also to, on June 16th, I don't want anyone to feel as though they wasted their time or we didn't give it enough. We gave it our all, and we're doing all the things we can to get there. And I want people to understand that this was worth it.
Excellent.
I'm so mad at you. Why would you play that video?
I mean, for me, it's inspiring. I've been through a lot of hard times in my life, not anything remotely close to what you had to go through with your family member like that. But, I was in war, so I've seen a lot of stuff, right? But to be able to get to have those tragedies and moments happen for you, and then for you to push through and get to where you were, and then to show up there to put the makeup on your cousin and all that kind of stuff is just very powerful moment. I think it's very moving that if you have the will to live and you just focus hard enough, you can get to where you got to be. So that's the message I took from it. Is that the message you were trying to convey?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not going to say you're not going to stumble and it's not going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But don't let the detractors come into your life. Don't let all the noise. And, 8 years ago, we didn't have as much social media noise as we have now. Doom scrolling is real. Your mental health online and offline is important. And so, 8 years ago, I was like, just keep your eye on the prize. Yes, there's going to be hard times. Yes, this is going to feel awful. But the only way we get better is if we grow through stuff and not avoid it. And so now I'm like, blinders on. I block a lot of things off of social media now. Because I just can't, I've got to stay focused.
You have to. You have
to. It's a main distractor, and it's also very negative. A lot of folks are coming to social media because they don't have therapists or they don't have an outlet, and so they show up as their worst selves sometimes.
Not sponsored, but BetterHelp.com.
Is it still affordable? I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. But
there's so many of them. So Georgia bans it. You can only use a licensed Georgia online therapist. You can't use someone from a different state. Anyways, it's a whole other thing.
I'm not licensed, but I'll talk to you.
See?
There you go.
File a friend. I'm old enough to remember when there was 1-800 party lines, or you would call it.
I will tell you, I paid a hefty phone bill for somebody in my family that decided to call the psychic line back then. What was her name? It's the Jamaica one. What was her name?
Oh, Cleo.
Cleo, yes, Madam Cleo. And guess what? Now we're married. She was right. Madam Cleo was right. $600 later, she was correct.
That's a good documentary about her.
Madam Cleo. I mean, she didn't get everything right, but she did get that one right. So
that is hilarious.
You just threw it back to Madam Cleo. Yes. Oh my God! Now I feel old. So we have. I need a heating pad. I get it. So we've got.
Oh.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. D9. Okay, y'all. People have lost hope, and I've seen it, and you give people hope, which is nice. You really do. Like that. I don't like that you made me upset on camera, but you do. You have a way of words. But we'll go back to the comments that were left on Facebook, and Congress term limits. So the way to create an amendment to limit their term is to have an amendment approved by Congress. They can limit the president's term, but not themselves. Seems funny. So
I know
stock
what they're
market,
saying. I know what they're
yeah,
trying to say. Yeah.
yeah, and then the stock markets. We're not talking to Nancy Pelosi, so we don't have the inside secrets. But stock market, the lawmakers should not be allowed to directly participate in stock markets. And then Donna is upset about groceries. So, given that, what are your thoughts when you think about term limits and then the insider trading kind of thing that are low key hitting?
I mean, I had an honest conversation with like my family, and I was all, I see myself tops 4 terms. I don't want to do this for forever. I want to get us through the hard thing. And hopefully I've created a pipeline of leadership that we're protecting the seat, and that is someone younger who's going to represent the future after me. Cause I don't really want to, I don't like, Washington's cool and being a representative is cool, but like also creating the next leader is even cooler, and putting someone in that place to represent us that's more present than I am in mind. And then what was the other question? Groceries? Same, groceries.
Well, stock trading for members of Congress. I think that was the question
That
we
was
missed.
the second half of that one, yeah.
There's been so many bills, and both sides do it. Like this is not one or the other. And there's been so many bills, and now they're all signing pledges that they'll do this and they'll do that. But I mean, they're all rich now, so.
Well, pledges don't do nothing. Amendments do something. I can sign a pledge for anything. It doesn't matter. Like, pass a daggum bill. That's what we need to do. I don't care about your pledge. Pledge somewhere else. Go pledge to a sorority. I don't care.
Yeah. But I think they're getting close to something real, though, because they passed the War Powers Act. And I was like, oh, well, that was surprising over the weekend. So,
and we're still over there.
Well, that was a good stumble for
Israel doesn't care.
It has to go to the Senate, unfortunately.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do nothing. So we'll see what happens. But
I see hope where people are like, I'm gonna be bold, right? But I think the stock trading thing, yeah, I agree. I just don't know how we get there.
Ask Nancy Pelosi.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, she's out. She's like, I've done this enough.
We've done already. We gotta stop bringing up y'all in the past. It just drives me crazy. What about this person that did this? Who cares? They're not here right now. Let's talk about what's going on right now.
She's the only one I know.
That's 75 years ago. All right. So anyway, talking about where you're very hopeful and you bring hope to the people. This is a great question for you. Okay. So what is one thing that a 25-year-old in Savannah should be able to do today that they realistically can't do anymore?
Oh, I mean, live on their own. I mean, those who are doing it are 2 and 3 jobs in. My son is 24. He came back home to live with me because we were like, you got to save up because I don't want you to go out and get more debt and then still come back home. That sucks for who? Me.
Oh, so, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of folks in that age group that just can't live on their own. If they are, they've got really good jobs, but they're working hard. Like, they're working very hard to sustain a living. So
house poor is not good for anybody.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I mean, I could say party because we did lose a lot of like great bars that did music. They have limited options on nightclubs. Do we offer the best nightlife? Probably not. But I'm sure they would rather be able to afford an apartment to take a girl back home and not their mother's house.
We've got one of the better nightlifes.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, so what do you tell 25-year-olds then? What do you tell them to do? I mean, what is your advice, or what do you plan on? I mean, like, tell me, like, what is your outlook for them? I mean, what can they do to fix this problem?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to do that word called pivot. And,
swerve.
We had that conversation with my son, which was like, now let me give you your options. And, he is lucky he has me as a mother because I already knew what I knew his backup plan was because I had already researched it. And I was like, oh, he's coming back home. He wants to do photography. I'll let him play around with that for a little bit and see if that can be a business. But I said, but also I know there's this whole trade union program where they pay you to be an apprentice at all these several different unions we have here. And so let's try to get him in that. And let's see if that takes. And it did take.
Nice.
I think he's going to start in August with IBEW as an apprentice.
Great.
And so, and he brought 7 of his 24 and 25-year-old friends with them. And now they've all pivoted too. Like some now work at Gulfstream in that apprentice program. And so they've all opened up their minds to like trades aren't bad. Trades are good. This is a different form of living. And, the pivot can be temporarily. It can get me off my feet. It can prevent me from debt and put me faster than my counterparts to buying the home and to getting the house. And maybe I can go back to the thing I learned in school, or maybe not.
I feel like the trades are the one thing that's like holding it down. The trade stuff right now. It
is. Is it ironic that the electrical workers have jobs because of data? Yes, it is. The irony does not fall far from me.
But I tell you, there's electrical wiring running through every house in Savannah,
exactly.
Georgia. And just data centers. Okay.
And we all need photography for our listings.
Yeah, he did one. He did his first listing, photography listing a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
So
wow.
How much you charge? How much you charge?
I'm not discussing rates on like a true momager. Hey, send the email. And
There you go. All right, Brandon, let's catch up in the chat.
Okay, so Jennifer said, I've enjoyed both of these visits with you. You've got your head on straight, and it's nice to hear a candidate that's real. I hope you win. God bless. And then she said, union strong all the way.
All right. Good stuff. All right, great. So
you're hitting people.
That's good.
But I want to know how much you charge.
All right, so Amanda, we'll get on that later. Okay. Amanda, you recently said that across all 15 counties in the district, people are telling you the same thing. Life is getting too expensive. I have a clip of you talking about healthcare. So let's play that and then let's talk about this.
More than anything, it's not just talking about yes to ACA subsidies. It's about talking about a broken system. Medicare kicks in too late, and Medicaid does not expand enough to cover enough people. We have big insurance in our healthcare who are running up those fees and our prescription costs. And they're running vertical business operations where they're making hand over fist off of your illness. This country, we're not in the business for care, we're in the business for profit. And when I get to Congress, I will make sure we are running a checks and balances on these insurance companies, as far as making sure that our state, when we get a Democratic governor, pulls down the dollars that I'm able to appropriate to fully fund Medicaid and expand it in the state of Georgia. That is my promise, and that is what I'm willing to work with on the state and local level with my fellow colleagues. So,
all right. So what does affordability actually look like in healthcare to you? Are you talking about expanding the Affordable Care Act, lowering prescription costs, expanding coverage in Georgia, or something else?
I'm talking about all of it. Yes, I am a Medicare for all believer. I believe the system as in which the theory as in which the system is supposed to be on, but I also am a pragmatic, right? And so what I know is that we have to figure out the fastest way to make this more affordable for folks as possible. And so the problem with what we have in Georgia is because we didn't expand Medicaid and now we don't have ACA subsidies, we're now, knocking over 500,000 people who are uninsured. Uninsured people hurt people who have private insurance because it drives our rates up and it lessens the services we get. And it also drives doctors out of town because they're going to say there's less people here who are insured. I'll never get paid. Right. And so we have to figure out for those people in the middle, especially small business owners. I have a few friends who are therapists. They used ACA as healthcare. How do we get that back? I think it's at least a 10-year minimum, or especially to get us to the other side of this economy. For prescription costs, we have got to get, if Mark Cuban can figure out a way to give us cheap prescriptions, it's because we don't want to.
Why wouldn't we want to?
Right,
Amanda. Why wouldn't we want to? Oh, right. We do want to. Yeah. They don't want to.
Right. I'm like, it's Mark Cuban, y'all. Like
Have you watched Shark Tank?
I've used his prescription service, and it's great, and it's extremely cheap, and it's efficient with the mail. So I'm not mad at him. I was like, I actually saved money, and now they do take certain insurances. And I think that's just us being weak in Congress, also out of touch. We knew that healthcare was a problem for a long time, and we had every opportunity to fix it, every opportunity to decide how to make this better. And now it's too late, because now we're in a place where, now we're talking about, the Medicaid plan just came out, the requirements. And now if you have cancer and your cancer's in remission, you have to prove that you can't work if you're on Medicaid and you have cancer. That's inhumane.
Just every time.
You know what I mean? And so like now we've got
these, turn the corner. I feel like our country just keeps deteriorating in front of my eyes.
Yeah, Jennifer didn't say it, so I'm going to say it. It's profit over life. They don't care.
It is.
They're making money regardless. So
absolutely, and they can do it. Like we have found so much money for this president for all the random stuff that he wants.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like what the hell?
So he can do a lot of stuff. Like they can go find the money for everything. They just don't want it. They don't care about people.
And we don't have enough. Not enough. Yeah.
We have good fighters in that area. And I will say for our area in particular, I was researching another representative who brought $100 million to her district for green housing, for trade schools, for healthcare. And I was like, oh, I was reading how she did it. She was like, well, we still have, just because we didn't pass the big budget and, there's horrible things that we can't agree on, you can still fight in committee and you can still fight with appropriations to get money pulled to your district.
Right.
And I went, oh, and I said, oh, you know why we would never do that? In the first district, because Buddy Carter never did it for us. He did it for his pet projects and his friends, but he didn't do it for everybody.
Well, bye-bye, Buddy Carters.
I know. I can't believe the news covered him about his future. His future should be, never mind.
Well, I think it is never mind, so don't worry about it. I mean, I think that's what's happening.
Like, why would they put a whole segment on? And I was like, are you serious? Is this, I would rather watch a snail cross the street in traffic than.
Is this segment worthy? What are we doing here?
Well, I want to say, hey, for everybody still on, thank you so much. Hit that like button. Whoever give us the heart button, I'd love you so much. Thank you so much. So, Brandon, you want to get some of these Facebook, or we have more comments you read, or is Facebook up next?
We got some Facebook comments. I've already gotten through the comments. So, came for you, and she was like, "You're using these AI flyers, even though you don't want a data center in our backyard." So,
well, and I just want to say this, and look, everybody is open to their opinion, and that's fine. But here's the thing: I can't fight fire without using fire. These guys are, they've got unlimited amounts of money, unlimited technology, and we want to use, tablets and freaking pens and crayons. Like, I can't do that. Okay, I'm going to fight them on their own terms. So that was my retort to that. But here we go.
I know, Latricia. I think the thing that you guys could all have agreed to was I will try to figure out how to lessen my carbon print in other ways every time I use AI for a flyer.
There you go. That's a good compromise.
Love that. Copy that. Put that in the transcript. We're going to copy and paste that. So we moved on to Allison, and Allison got a little greedy because she had more than one. So reversing the Citizens United, and then the term limits on both the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate.
Should be the Supreme Court, too.
We will never have our voice heard without these two changes. And then Amy, which I'm here for you, Amy, because I'm over here, too. Protecting the natural habitats and the wildlife. Georgia is a state failing miserably, which has resulted in irresponsible city councils.
Period. Has resulted in irresponsible city council. Period.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. I can be a lady still. And then your wants you to get rid of their city council. So handle that, ma'am.
No. Well, she wants to get rid of their HOA. The state house, they almost passed a bill, or did they pass a bill around HOA's governance that they couldn't have as much power as they did, because some HOAs are like taking people's houses from them.
Well, they stopped that. That was the main draw. Was the stopping the HOAs from being able to take your house. But there's a lot of other rules. I haven't even read it yet, so I'm very curious to read what it says, because obviously we're about to have our HOA back here in about a year, so we're gonna need to know all that stuff. You know?
Yeah,
yay for you guys.
I don't have an HOA. I mean, I think some people use HOAs as reasons why they weren't like popular in school, or they didn't feel powerful in their lives, and then they decide to be president of an HOA.
I knew I should have grabbed my umbrella.
Okay,
I've seen some of the meetings, and some of my friends have told me their horror stories, and I'm like, how many people are in the HOA? She's like, there's 20 houses. And I was like, you have an HOA for 20 houses?
Wow, that's wild. I've seen it though. I'm serious. It's like
they're like $1,000 a month. It's fine. Street lights. You're welcome.
All right. So, Amanda, farmers are getting squeezed from every direction. Higher fuel costs, fertilizer costs, insurance costs, and trade uncertainty. I'm going to play you a little video about farmers struggling and hating their life. Here we go.
7th generation farmer here in Rincon County. I'm about 30 miles east of Kansas City. I farm corn, soybeans, wheat, and I've done some alfalfa in the past. Don't have any alfalfa right now. It's a family farming operation. The whole operation consists of about 5,000 acres. We've seen steady increase of input prices over the last several years. The margins get smaller and smaller.
We really don't know what the prices are going to do. It does depend on how long this conflict keeps going, and if ships and containers can start to move through the Straits of Hormuz, that'll help. And obviously that would be best case scenario, is to see those freighters moving back and forth here sooner than later.
We put all this money into seed, chemical, fertilizer, fuel, labor, machinery, repairs, all that stuff, parts, and you just hope that the good Lord gives you a crop to take care of all that.
So, with that being said, with all the tensions in the Middle East affecting global energy and fertilizer markets, what should Congress be doing right now to protect Georgia farmers and keep them competitive?
The Farm Bill. Farm Bill gets renewed every 5 years. It's been 3 years. I learned some pretty amazing facts today just about, because I wanted to brush up on farming here. And it's, our farmers, we have a lot of farmers in the above District 12, in like Screven, Bullock, those kind of counties, but we do have farmers in the Southeast. And so I learned recently that in the last year, soybean exports went from like almost 80 to 90% from here to zero under this president.
Wow.
To 0%.
You said what? What was the original number?
80 to 90.
And it's
that's why that
zero?
farmer picked those very particular, because those were all things that were sponsored by the U.S. in order to get from USA Aid, USDA, how we did our exporting, and the president got rid of it, and now China gets their soybeans, because China is the largest buyer of our agriculture, one of the largest, and so now China goes straight to Argentina. And was it Argentina?
We bailed them out, didn't we? We bailed Argentina out.
Yeah, we gave them $27 million or something crazy like that.
Billion.
Yeah, billion. Yeah.
And our farmers are struggling.
Correct. And so
we just paid Argentina to be able to sell stuff to China.
Yes.
As Trump would say, China.
Yeah. The stuff we would sell.
Right.
Let's just say you're welcome. I don't know.
But the farmers bill is pretty important because farmers insurance. Farmers insurance is propped up by the federal government, meaning funding to mandate it. And Trump is an evil man. I know we're not supposed to talk to him, but he has reduced your repayment. So say like you got a year where you lose half your crops. First, you would get 100% back of whatever you lost. That was back in 20 years ago. Today, under Trump, you're going to get back between 45 and 50% of what you've totally lost under this administration for farmers. And it's pretty awful. And the farm bill, if we revise that when we bring it back up, but also I know Senator Warnock is working on this. And some other senators are really trying to figure out how do we help farmers right now and not do the every 5 years thing. Like also, John Deere, this is so interesting. So John Deere has a legislation, like a policy, a law that if you buy a John Deere tractor or any kind of equipment that does agriculture, it can only be fixed by John Deere. So these folks in the Midwest and wherever, it takes 3 to 5 weeks. 3 to 5 weeks is a season.
Oh, I know about, this proprietary stuff. I was in the military. So you're talking about Boeing has got to fix Boeing stuff. I mean, it's a contract, right? Same kind of situation, right?
Yep.
I'm curious.
But it's fixable, right? It's stalling because we have because we don't control the House, and and Warnock is like, I was reading some of his work. I was reading, I forget the other there's governors trying to work on it. There's some senators and House representatives. Everyone is like, yo, it's the farm bill. What are we going to do about it? Because this man is like killing farmers insurance, which was the whole thing we brought it for, was to protect people from the climate moments of really bad, happenings. And now we're doing the exact opposite. And
then what do they expect the farmers to do?
Democrats.
It's more debt.
Dumb question. That was such a dumb question. What they want them to do.
Well,
they want them to struggle. They can't pay their bills, and then they put a data center on their farm.
Yep.
Duh.
It feels it. I don't want to be, tin hat, but sometimes it feels as though they are propping people up to do the thing that we keep saying that they're doing. And sometimes I'm like, there's no way the world is this evil. And then I sit back and go, actually, yes, it can be this evil.
It's really sad that it is.
Yeah. That people can be this comments.
How do you get more data centers here? Is you hurt the farms, which are usually the biggest parcels of land.
Yeah.
You screw them, they can't afford the land. So they're like, I guess I got to sell too.
Right.
Your favorite.
And you talk about generations of family that own these farms, and their entire family farm is taken because these greedy corporations, the government, just helping their buddies out. Like the cattle farm thing is another thing. I don't want to get too conspiracy theory, but like the cattle farm.
Everyone put on your tin hat for the next 5 minutes.
Just the cattle production is at lowest of all time. Like, it's crazy. And then of course it reflects in our meats and everything like that. It's so frustrating, man. And that's why we need people like you to go to Congress and fix it. Are you going to be able to do that? Or are we going to be sitting here 2 years later wondering what happened?
No, man, there's some things that they can fix before I get there. I hope some folks grow, get courage, we'll say. Because January is a long time before I get to Congress. And we can fix a whole lot of stuff in between. I think if anything, what they're going to get is just a bunch of freshmen, congressmen, congresswomen, and people who are going to be real angry. Because the ones that I see winning are like me, who are outspoken, who actually know the policy, what's going on, and don't mind taking the hard fall. I haven't seen anyone around the country who was quiet that's running for office right now.
That's good.
We all understand what the fight is ahead of us, right? And I think the fight is going to be with our counterparts within our own parties. And being like, I've been on the outside, dog. Let me tell you what it looks like.
It's ugly.
You thought you were cute on the inside. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, is there any other questions that you wanted to ask that I missed?
No, I think we covered everything that I could think of. You get me every time. Like I'm like, yeah. Yep, you're right. And then I get lost. It's fine. But Wait, we have one last one in the comments.
Oh, yeah, we
Allison.
read it. The Citizens United question and term limits. I think we didn't answer it totally for her.
Wait,
okay.
What do we have to get?
My thanks to you for running and wanting to serve. Proud Army brat here who grew up understanding the importance of, oh, thank you, that's way bigger, selflessness service. I'm having trouble gaining access to this call, so I'll post my question here. Patrick asked for one question from any and all. One, how do we revise Citizens United? Two, I believe term limits are crucial in progress. And what do
Yeah, it's term limits and the Cities United. So, I mean, I know we had talked about this the last time, so let's answer her question for her. So what do you plan on doing when you get up there?
I mean, we have to overturn the ruling on Citizens United, or we have to develop bills with more restrictions. Senator Sanders and Warren both have bills about corporate funding in elections. I think folks will be open to it. Again, we said on both sides of the aisle, both of them trade. Well, that's Citizens. That was the other question. But term limits, yes. But like, again, it's going to take the rowdy bunch of new ones who are coming in and saying, I actually don't want to be here for the rest of my life. So like we should do term limits. But I heard this from someone a long time ago when we were talking about like social justice and movement work and old leaders. And, they said, even in the best movements, there were folks who would clog the system or slow the work down. And then they said, sometimes we just have to wait for some folks to die in order to move the change we want. And I went, oh, the long game.
wait it out? Wait
it out. That's tough. That's tough business when everybody's struggling right now, and to wait for these people to leave. That's why I don't know. It feels like there's a movement coming. I think that you guys can take it home. So let me ask you, Amanda, is there anything you wanted to say or any final words for the people that are going to be voting here on the 16th? Is there anything you want to say before we let you go?
Absolutely. Listen, early voting started today. Just so you guys understand, there's only 2 polling locations. So do not go somewhere else. It's only mosquito control. So that's for our Garden City Pooler folks. And it's only the annex for our folks that are in Savannah. I saw a lot of people posting that they went here, and they're like, they're all closed. It's only 2 for the runoff. And we go until Friday. And then the last day to vote, of course, is Tuesday, June 16th. And, if you want to learn more about my platform, you can find me at Amanda for Georgia. That's for GA. And just Google me. I'm pretty accessible. But I also just want people to understand, like, we have an opportunity to do something pretty amazing. And let's stay focused and try to pull this off.
I totally agree. And we wish you the best of luck in the campaign. If you want any of those details, you can go down below in the description. I have the website. I have the video you did with the TEDx in there as well. Support Amanda. Hopefully she can change the Congress and make sure we can actually just make these things happen. Hopefully all these young, fiery, incoming House of Representatives can take over this thing and make it better. So, Amanda, thank you so much again. And when you get into office, will you come back on one time just to tell us how it's going?
Yes, I need someone to talk to.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, and thank you so much. And we'll talk to you next time. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, y'all. Have a good night.
Good luck. You too, love.
Oh, man. What a great interview, right? Her. She's awesome. She's awesome.
She's always fun. She's no bullshit.
It's true. I mean, she's just straight to the point. That's what we got to do. But I want to say everybody is still on. Thank you guys so much for being on here. All your comments, everybody, Megan, to Jennifer, to Allison, to hello, y'all, to everybody else that came in the chat. We really, really appreciate you. If you're still going to hit that like button, share this video. If you support Amanda, share it with as many people as you can, because how are they going to know her unless you share it? So I want to say, don't forget June 10th. We're going to be at the field for Stand Up America Day, 317 Cantyre, 6 p.m. Sign up. And don't miss my Best Burger video. We just released on Sunday. It's Green Truck Pub. Tell me, is it the best? Is it not? I don't know. What do you think, Brandon? Is the best or not? You don't know?
It's a good burger, but the ketchup ruins it. So.
Well, let us know what you think about the ketchup, and I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Good night.